Last piece of the puzzle that comes with the kit is the Harley-Davidson 58mm throttle body, which brings it from 50 from stock up to a 58. A lot of times, you know, people think that bigger, you know, everything going to Screaming Eagle catalog or even the Drag Specialties catalog and get the biggest this, biggest that, and biggest this. It doesn't always work that way. You want to go any bigger than this, you're going to start losing velocity, which you would end up losing a lot of your low-end torque. Harley-Davidson takes a lot of time and puts a lot of engineering into these kits. They know what works together, which completes the puzzle to get the most efficient energy and power out of your motorcycle. Now we're just going to put new oils in it, put the exhaust back on it, go back through, double check everything, and then hopefully go in the dyno and break her in, put 100 miles on it and start tuning. A few checks I like to go through before I bring the bike in the dyno. One being belt tension. You should always set your belt tension. You should always check your tire tread depth. I don't like to go in under 3/32. You're going to be putting a lot of load. There's two 800-pound drums that this bike has got to spin, and that puts a lot of load on the tires, so you should be safe. Another thing is tire pressure. Just like going down the road, you don't want to go in there with an under-deflated tire. You should always check your oils, make sure your oils are up to par, and safety's first before we go in there. This is when your brain starts churning and you start thinking in your head. You got a little checklist going on. Did I check the oils? Did I do this? Did I do that? We've installed our dyno O2 sensors to take samples of the exhaust. This aids in tuning when we get into the dyno. You drill a little hole into the exhaust. You got little bungs that go in there. So you're actually getting, you drill a hole 6 inches down, which is the optimum place to take a sample. So we're actually getting live samples from the exhaust as the O2 sensors would. Okay, here we go, moment of truth. Idle's a little funny right now, but the motor still thinks it's a 103. And now she's a 110, so we're gonna go in the dyno, put the new map in with a super tuner. Customer already had previously installed, and then adjust the air fuels and build a custom map. Now we've completed the dyno. We're actually coming to the end of our build. Got a little tidying up to do, put the heat shields back on, but most importantly, we've got some pretty good numbers out of this. We gained of course he had a little bit of performance upgrades before we started, which was fun. He started with 100.43 torque. He ended up with 114.64, which is almost a 15% increase in horsepower. His torque started at 102.71, and we actually got him up to 121.64, which is a 20% increase, which is pretty good. He'll have a lot of fun with this motorcycle. I just took it across the parking lot, and it was a lot of fun.